Black diamonds, let's talk about that. I've heard you've sold around, what is it, $2.15 billion?
Billions.
Yeah.
Australian dollars, not Chinese money. Okay. Just yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So $2.15 billion AUD worth of property. What would you say are the three most important factors to your success?
I think this is a really good question, right? And it's probably applied to everyone, I would say. Just to let you know about before, if you talk about $2.1 billion, it's not my lifetime, right? So Black Diamond started only end of 2009. It's only about 12 years old, 13 years old, 12 years old. Seriously, start from 2014. Okay, if you know your math, is only 8 years. So, but before that, of course, I have a market experience. So I built another company in IT. So everything you do in the past, and you build again who you are. So the summarize about why Black Diamond such a short time is so successful. So number one is to position yourself. Okay, it's about brand positioning. Yeah, and if you found that niche market, and it's much easier because you have to that's give you opportunity to stand out rather than stick out, right? So I never call myself like Monica to real estate corner stores. There's nothing wrong with that, right? But I just found that niche, who I am, what my experiences and what the market is lacking, and what is opportunity to build on that, personal branding or business branding. So positioning is number one. Okay, and secondly, and I think every business is different. Okay, I think once you have that brand, and you have to have a supporting system. Okay, so you cannot do everything. I'll give you an example because if your audience is only Asian, so the problem with the Asian entrepreneur is they're really scared of letting go. Like this is our culture. It's nothing wrong with anybody. It's just, oh my god. So number one, you have to reinvest in business, including invest in people. So that part is really hard for a lot of Asians. Okay, so for me, it's like if you want to be successful, you really have to have good people around you. So myself, I'm a great marketer. So I'm really good in sales marketing. I'm horrible in finance, horrible. I'm horrible in HR. I'm just saying that you just have to be honest with yourself because everything, if you want to manage everything, it cannot be, you have only 24 hours a day. So 150 years of your lifetime might actually be short than that, right? So how can you do that? So let go, building a supporting system is very important. So that's why team is very important. So thirdly, the third one, it could be number one as well. You have to set an ultimate goal. So goal setting is everything. Okay. So goal setting is about, so I believe in like a pyramid, right? So what is the ultimate goal? So everything starts from bottom, but what do you want to achieve? So if you have a lot of money, what do you do with it? Okay. I share that one with you. Sounds like a bit crazy, but it all makes sense, right? I share with you what is my ultimate goal. So my ultimate goal is about helping people. So it's not cliche. I'm telling you, it's for real. So my ultimate goal is become like a biggest philanthropy in the Australian business community or in the community in general, right? Because I'm representing Chinese entrepreneur. So you're Asian entrepreneur, right? So if I can give back to community and somehow I can lead the community to give back as well. Okay, so that's my ultimate goal. If you have the ultimate goal, whatever you do, so you might make mistakes, you have challenges, you have like so many difficulties or whatever that is in life. But if your goal is right, it's okay. At least you can get over yourself. So whatever I do, it's, oh my god, today I made a mistake, but you know what? It probably is a genuine mistake. Today, I have like so many people try to bully me, whatever that is. But you know what? Just stay there, right? Because you have a goal to achieve. So I think three things to say is one is positioning. Okay, second is building your supporting system, and this is very much targeted to Asian market, Asian entrepreneurs, right? And the thirdly is about really have to set that ultimate goal. So ultimate goal is the goal as far as you want, and come down to small goals. Like every 5 years, 1 year, today, what goal we want to achieve, right? So this three things really built up my branding and my business and myself. right? So
Yes.
I hope that's helpful.
What you've said about the three, I think that third one is really important because, the ultimate goal can also be known as sort of your purpose. Why do you do the things that you do every day? Why do you have that business? And having that in mind to you, it's, helping people, whatever that may be in whatever form, in philanthropy, in charity.
Ultimate goal could be number one goal as well. Like you can be, I think, if you set goal properly, and then you can narrow down to your positionings and the rest, right? So the vice versa.
Absolutely. Going on the topic of career and, going off of your success, my podcast talks a lot about, the bamboo ceiling. So these are the barriers that prevent Asian workers in the West from getting leadership positions. So lack of communication skills, lack of assertiveness, because maybe Asian culture is a little bit less assertive than, say, Western working culture. This is something that affects quite a lot of Asian workers. There's a saying that Asians are good workers, not good leaders. Have you ever experienced anything like this in your time throughout your career?
I think we're talking about bamboo ceiling, right? Talking about leadership, right? For me, as a Australian Chinese and 34 years in the business community, so I think one thing is for me is that you really have to be yourself. You really have to find out who you are. Like I said, if you're a diamond, you shine. Okay, so you don't have to people to give you a position or recognition. I don't give a really a shit, right? So I work the best I can. And so somehow we're Chinese, we're a bit of like conservative. You have to come out of that box. Okay, you have to come out of that comfort zone. So because
Yes.
we're in Australia, so like the beauty of there's nothing wrong with our culture. I think I really love it. Family values like politeness, respect, everything, right? But
Yes.
again, we're in a Western country. If you can embrace both culture, then that's the beauty. That's make you Australian Chinese. That's
Yeah.
my mentality. So I never complain. Oh my God, it's a bumper ceiling. What the hell? Okay, there's a lot of ceilings. There's no ceiling. I think
Yeah.
fly is the limit. The sky is the limit, right? So you
Yeah.
really have to empower yourself, be confident in yourself. In real estate, it's the most competitive market. It's a very male-dominated market. Male
Correct.
dominated. I'm telling you, until today, tomorrow,
Mm.
whatever. But you look at me now. So I don't give a shit. I'm Monica too, and I have my niche market. If you want to sell to Chinese, I'm the best person to talk to. So I just have my own market. But I don't care how people bully me. There's always bullies, but I just ignore it. I focus on
Absolutely.
my self improvement, self development, and self confidence. And you know what? You have to set that goal, right? So that maybe one day one of your audience will be so successful, and you might go to a wrong direction. You know what? So we just personal goal, corporation goal, and just work towards it and make sure you deserve that success. Once the success comes to you, you become humble, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think there's a bamboo ceiling, and maybe this one day I just ignore it. I just
Yeah.
maybe there's a bully, there's a discrimination. I don't give a shit, right? So you don't look down at me. You know what? It's just the wrong crowd. So
Yes.
I hope that makes sense. But we have to empower ourselves.
Yes.
It doesn't
Yes.
matter you're Chinese, you're Cambodian, you're Australian, German. Doesn't really matter. So you have your self value to make sure like you will be recognized, acknowledged. If you don't, it's just the wrong company. Just move on.
Absolutely. Here we go. Monica too, saying all the
Yes.
honest things. I love this because what you've really said is like, stuff everybody else. Yes, it may exist. There may be discrimination. There may be all of this, but you've got your niche market, you've got your self-confidence, and you can rise above that. And I really love what you said about embracing both cultures. So embracing the Chinese culture of, like you said, family values, politeness, but then also embracing the Australian workplace
Yeah.
culture, whatever that
That's
may be.
the reason we're here, right? That's the reason we're here. Why God doesn't put you somewhere else? Why we're not in China or we're not in somewhere else? Because we're here for a purpose. If you don't grab the both of the unique, culture, like a strength, we're just wasting our time here. So there's
Absolutely.
nothing wrong with any culture. Any culture have the beauty. Your ability just to acknowledge that, find it, and grab it and embrace it.
I love that. Honestly, oh, that is like a beautiful quote right there.
Really? It's
I
not bad.
love I love that because I think a big part of my podcast is to really empower the Asian audience, so Asians in the West, whether they be Asian Australians, Asian Americans. It's really to empower them to embrace both of the cultures. And I think, a lot of our audience growing up in the West, sometimes you kind of lose that Asian culture. But like you said, it's actually really important to revisit those values because when you combine the two, you've got something that really nobody else has. Without, the experience that you've gone through as a Chinese woman, you wouldn't have that amazing power that you do as an Asian Chinese Australian.
If you are not proud of yourself, your own heritage, who's going to care about you, right? So you
Yeah.
have to care about yourself, right? So you are you. So you have to find the best out of you. Everybody's different. How can you use your difference to empower yourself to be different? Find that niche, right?
Yeah.
Find your niche.